It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Huh, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bet the bar. Off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
Yes, he destroy black boys. 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 If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this. I just left a light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this.
Fuck up. Move the fuck back.
Yeah. Well.
I'm trying to told you just what heard.
Yeah. Well. Gotta get a piece of mind. A little magic.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Your feet. He looked down, seen her feet. The nigga went berserk. Killed the monkey. Threw the bat out the window. Start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously. Can you?
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am, chilling.
Yes, he destroy black boys.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it. My eye, plus I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators. I mean,
you're a philosopher? Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
Dance with. Dance with me. Oh yeah.
And you two motherfuckers need Jesus.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And you...
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Call me nigga. Want it? Don't know me, want it. Nigga.
What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise? Oh, that's his daddy.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it? Your shit.
Get your hands off of me, shit!
This is no cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. And then the Chinese.
That's the difference when you're my baby.
My word, can't be my equal, don't know what you heard. Doing the styles on. Doing the styles on. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. I hit the loop juice, and pulls up in the dude. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the loop juice, and pulls up in the dude. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Schatzi, is it true what they say about the way you people are gifted? Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out. Nigga. Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, looks like that my time to come in. Oh, that's right. Equalizer 3 started. Usually when the movies start, they show them right at midnight, and they didn't do that. It didn't come on right at midnight last night. Well, this is a new show of the year. Oh, God, I'm really loud. New show of the year and first broadcast. So whenever you catch this, I want to say greetings. I always start with what beverage, and cheers to you in this new year. And I'm just drinking water tonight, so pop them if you got them. Cheers. Didn't mean to get that all over. There we go. Nothing to watch water off in. And we're still doing the pin, Jungle Brothers pin. So smoke them if you want them. Probably could charge it again. Well, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Everybody saw what happened today. I'm proudly dripped in Michigan glory. I called it a replay of 1997. Not replay, but everything is based from 97 championship. Co-champions, Michigan and Washington. And I called it. I called it that it was going to be a tribute to the season. And all you Alabama lovers out there, you know what I said at that last play? Now, Alabama made one adjustment at halftime. Michigan had 5 sacks in the first half. Their adjustment was they had one weapon. They only had one weapon, and that was the quarterback. His runs made the difference in the second half. Now, at the end of the game, you knew that's all they had. Now, I was really doubtful of Michigan's play calling. Michigan's play calling seemed odd. Trick plays. That's what you really relying on, trick plays like they did the late flea flicker. That made me think you're not confident in your scheme. Running a couple trick plays. The fumble early in the game was very unnecessary. All he had to do was call a fair catch. He was at the 40. All he had to do was call a fair catch. No reason to make a play on that. You got good field position. So that probably was an on-purpose fumble. Look at both games. Both games in the first half, we had punters fumbling the ball, turning it over. Remember, Washington turned it over. Second half, same kind of play. I mean, if you watch these games, they do the same things over and over again. I mean, what's the odds that both of them have a fumble or the punt? But we know Michigan was the dominant team, and they put it on them tonight. And, that's how it goes. I think I picked it, and, let's see. Let's go through. Let's see if the local TV picked any of this up. I don't think they did, but you never know. See if they picked up anything. And I don't think so. I don't think they picked up anything local. Yeah, they really didn't. They didn't pick. None of them picked the game. Well, let's see. Lives. No. What happens to our bodies during a hangover? Damn. Yeah, I want to get into debauchery next. I'll get into this later. This is just crazy. Says 2 to 3 people give resolutions let's see. I don't know. See, do they give us any? This is news, so I don't know if they're going to give us any highlights. Probably need to. Would they say something new about Keefe D? Tupac's murder suspect plotted to kill witnesses. I bet he did. Yeah, it's NCAA stuff. Let's see how much I can show. Oh, this is just a celebration. I don't know if a lot of people. Let me see if I can pull this up on him. He changed clothes at halftime. Okay, let me show this. I can show this. Let me stop it. Yeah, right here. He changed clothes at halftime. I don't know how much of this I can show. I'm gonna show you a couple things that people probably didn't understand about the game tonight. Again, this style of night or Team Jordan, um, what you see in the newer one is a couple things. The new jerseys on both sides had either the Nike or the Jumpman in a type of hard silver. It looked like, not real silver, but shiny. Is metallic. The Jumpman was metallic on both, and the swoosh was metallic. But what was interesting, when he started the game, he was wearing a Michigan with the Jumpman on his stomach. Now look what he's wearing here. He changed clothes in the second half. He changed clothes in the second half. And this is cool. It's got the little round there with the Jumpman here. Now the highlight, this is the new jerseys. This is the jerseys for the 24 season too. This is the new. Remember, I was telling you I saw Dion. They were showing him the new type of jerseys coming out. That's it. The biggest difference is right here. But as I said, look at the metallic Jordan. And these jerseys, the numbers are bigger than what they've been playing in. But he changed. He changed. I'm gonna see if I can find what he wore when the game started to show you that he changed. But he definitely changed. And of course, he got this hat on with the Jordan in the back. Let's see. Does this bring up? Okay, maybe I can get a few highlights out of this. Hope I can catch him how he looked when the game started, because what he wore afterwards was something completely different. And see if I can do it. See if I can find some highlights that'll show it. Maybe I can get a better. Now I'm gonna say the game coming up. Washington has a terrible pass defense. They have a terrible pass defense. So Michigan should be able to pass the ball on them. Did you notice how much more physical Michigan was in the beginning of the game? They were a lot more physical. Really, that late hit call, that was a bad call where he had knocked him down and then dude tried to get back up and he knocked him down again. I mean, that's football. So L Reborn, Amaru Khan, what is happening? Thank you for coming in this beautiful night.
You got to have vision.
And I know you have that. And as all the other nights when we on the Chocolate Mountain Show, I chilled and the studio is up on the Galactic Patio. And what do we do there when we're there?
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic.
Doing the cosmic slide, baby, and there's only one rule.
Don't touch my.
Leave that F-150 alone. But if you do, I promise I will take you. I will take you higher. I don't think this is quite the look. Let me see. I was trying to get a close-up of the jerseys. Yeah, and this pick early in the game, I mean, what was he doing? It was a good catch. See if I can get a up close. Oh, yeah, they called a penalty. They called a holding and took it away. Incomplete pass. Yeah, he didn't catch it. He wasn't in bounds when he caught it. I was trying to see I'm trying to get a good picture of the coach. Let's see, is there anything in here? Let's see. Nah. Now, this was all day. This was all day. Look at all these white jerseys not being able to block. They was on his ass. 5 sacks. They did a record 6 sacks altogether because they only sacked him once in the second half. But physicality, Alabama didn't have it. And this is all they really had right here. And Washington is not going to, they're not going to be used to the physicality. Everybody talking about the physicality of Alabama. No, it's in the Big Ten. Everybody plays like this in the Big Ten. And again, their best weapon, this is what we did to him all day. All day on his ass. Was on his ass all day. All right, let me see. I want to get a cleaner look on these jerseys. I can't really get a cleaner look. Trying to get a real clean look on these jerseys to show you the difference. Because I don't know. I'm thinking Alabama jerseys new too. Let's see if I can get let's see. All right, this is an example of the new jersey. As you see, the numbers are bigger. The numbers are bigger. The stitching is different. Again, the light Jordan. This is an example for what? Alabama. You see what I'm saying with the swoosh? So this, like right here, is what's new too. Around the neck, that's new. So what we're looking at is next year's Jumpman for the people that wear Jumpman, and then the Nike, because it's around the neck is the same thing. So wanted to give y'all that. Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. Yeah, it was wonderful. 38 years since the Washington Huskies defeated the Michigan Wolverines in 91 to get their share of the national title. Well, 97 was the year co-champions, was 97, right? Merle Scott, what's happening? Thank you for joining. And I know you got to have
vision.
And I know you don't mind coming up on the Galactic patio, joining the crew.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the toss.
But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my.
Leave that F-150 alone and I will take you. So, Merle was my great-grandfather's nickname. His nickname was Merle. So that was a good shot of their jerseys. I mean, here's another better shot of the new style jersey. The newness of the neck. Yeah, the newness of the neck. So I think it's the same with Alabama's jerseys too, because they wear Nike. But what they did is that now this is a game of adjustments, of course. We had the bad kicking on Michigan. We had some poor snaps. And then this right here, this is a play I just talked about. This play was stupid and probably fumbled on purpose. Okay, you've just played good defense. This is your first coverage, and you ain't told him anywhere in here to make a fair catch. He would have made a fair catch. What were we at, the 37? No one told him to make a fair catch back here because this is good. No, he doesn't do that. And that's what gave them their first touchdown, is this turnover. So this was poor coaching, I thought. This was poor coaching. You've got good field position. Fair catch, fair catch, fair catch. And he didn't do that. So I think that fumble was on purpose. And I said, Washington had a fumble just like it. Where, like, why not fair catch? Why not fair catch? And so that was a sloppy turnover. That was a sloppy turnover. I think that was a turnover on purpose. It's because Michigan wins doesn't mean these games aren't fixed. These games are still fixed. But, I've said all along, it was allude to, the 97 co-champions. Where they were co-champions. This is the allude to this. I think they're going to give it to Michigan with all the shaming this year. I think they're going to give it to him. And I think they're going to give it to him because of Bo Schembechler. That's how I'm going to look at this last game. I'm starting looking into Bo Schembechler. Bo Schembechler never won a championship, but they let one of his guys win a championship. One of his assistants, Gary Mueller, won the championship. So I think they're going to let him win it because of Bo Schembechler. I think it's going to be allude to Bo Schembechler going forward. That's what I'm seeing, the way they look at it. I'm thinking they're going to let Michigan win this. I think Michigan's defense, now this play right here shows you what was open for them. And they started making the adjustment because what Michigan was doing, you see how spread out they are. And so what they were starting to see is that the middle was open. And so they give this middle run because what Michigan started doing was starting overloading one side. And so they were giving a lot of cross plays. And then you were seeing a lot of stunts coming too. And so this touchdown showed them what they could do, but they became one-dimensional because all their big play became him running through the middle. Because that's the only adjustment they really made in the second half was they put him through the middle. So that was the big adjustment. And I knew the last play, I'm like, if you block off because it was like the play before where he got down to the 10, I was like, stop him from getting in the middle and you got him. He gets a big, from the 25 down to about 11, 12. Oh, there's my main man from Japan, PJ Allen. And He's one person I know who's always on top of his.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And he definitely has.
You got to have vision.
And he has his own private seat on the Galactic Patio. He has his own booth.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide.
And he's one of the few that I would take him a ride, but he knows not to.
Don't touch my truck.
Yes, he'll take a ride, but don't touch it. And I promise to take you. Thank you, 600,000 screaming folks from Woodstock. Thank you very much. I am here to take you higher. Let's see. Yeah, touchdown. I was hoping I could get Harbaugh before he changed. Because I'm telling you, he changed clothes at halftime. He wore a different hoodie in the first half. Because when they interviewed him before the first half, he had a different hoodie on. I was like, okay, Michigan up here, the jump man was under the M. He came back with a completely different hoodie on. Wait, okay, maybe I'll catch it here. All right, yeah. Where's it at? It's right here. I think I got it. I saw him. Where are you at? Oh, it keeps, let's see. Okay, it's right here. Okay. This is proof he changed. See that? See, he changed. This is the hoodie he wore in the first half. See that? Michigan, right here, Jumpman on the chest. And we saw from the national championship trophy, let's see, that the clothing had the gold. He wore something with the gold trim around it. See, when they give him the Rose Bowl trophy. Talking to the players. Where's the coach? Where's Harbaugh? Oh, there he is. There he goes. All right. And he came out of halftime wearing this. See? Him over here. I mean, that's some vain shit here. And maybe, he got paid more money for showing the new Team Jordan. But you see how this has the trim right here where the strings, the ties come out of? See, this is completely different. He completely wore this is it's pimpy though. I'll give it to him. It's pimpy. You see, he changed. I noticed that. I was like, oh, this bug done changed. So I thought this was interesting that he changed clothes, as endorsements like a mug. And we'll see. They could give it to Washington. I would be surprised if they give it to Washington. I really would. But, stranger things have happened. No, I want to go back. Can I bring that back? Okay, I want to bring back to the game. Okay. Trying to get some. Where do we go? Let's see here. Let's just play and see what I got here. Yeah, his running, the quarterback's running, that made the difference in the second half. This is the second half. Yeah, this is what gave them right here. This was their only offense. This was the only thing they could garner was his play. And he definitely wasn't going to beat Michigan running. He wasn't going to beat Michigan running. All right. And that's only that was their offense was him. So they couldn't win that way. They definitely couldn't win that way. So they was stifled. They were definitely stifled. But that's the adjustment they made instead of trying to get other people to run the ball. And I'm going to tell you, like this play here, this kind of thing here, Washington's going to have a hard time guarding the 3 tight end set or even the 2 tight end set when they break. But they're going to have a hard time with this. Washington doesn't have very good DBs. They're smaller DBs, and they're going to have a real hard time with this. guarding this tight end kind of set motion coming off. Michigan was, no one can, Michigan was the more physical team. They were definitely the more physical team early, like very early. They set the tempo of hard hits. You know, that one punt where, Michigan dude hustled down and popped the shit out of them. So, everybody that thought that Michigan wasn't going to be physical enough, you guys were fooled. You guys were fooled. But where's the overtime run? That overtime run, he made that jump cut. Okay, where is it? Is this his big run here? Let me see. This is his big run. Yeah, this is it right here. This is his big run. See right here. I was calling this. I was like, yeah, don't let him get up the middle. This is the adjustment that they made. Don't let anybody else do it. Let him hesitate a little bit. Let him run. This is the only offense they was able to garner was him. Michigan was like, okay, yeah, you're not going to beat us with this. You're not going to beat us with this. Because right before this play, I said, just don't let him get in the middle. And what you were seeing is these mugs crash, not maintaining contain. They weren't contain. So I thought that was interesting, that they wouldn't maintain contain. And let me show you what I was talking about. So right here, this is what I was looking at, looking right here. I was like, all we need to do is keep him in the middle. Keep him. They ain't doing nothing but blocking. Keep him in this middle. And, again, they couldn't maintain it. They couldn't maintain it. And he has the long run here. Well, that's the short pass. That was the first down. Next play was the second down. Yeah, right here. And again, keep him in the middle. I want to see if they show this jump cut at the end of the game, though. Man, that shit was sweet. He ran that jump cut when Michigan got their touchdown. Oh, okay, Michigan's okay. This is man. My man here though, he them cuts he made. I mean, he was just look at him off the ground. It's like he's flying past them. His jump cuts are so smooth that look at this. He's completely off his feet and how fast he's going. I mean, he was, he made a big difference. Michigan would have made a greater push last year if he wouldn't have got hurt. And I don't think that can be denied, that he made a big difference. And I mean, the jump cut he made to get it free was just outstanding. Let's take me back too far. But I mean, this cat, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all the white uniforms back. Nobody had any penetration. I mean, that was all day. Michigan was the more physical team. And Michigan's going to be the more physical team coming in. Now, that doesn't guarantee them a win, but, people don't understand. Everybody, like they were saying that, there's some NFL lines not big as Alabama offense. Michigan see that every game. When it's conference time, everybody in the Big Ten has big linemen. Even up here. Even the team up here in Minnesota. Everybody in the Big Ten. So, you can't say, big lines don't intimidate Michigan because everybody in the Big Ten, you have to have big linemen. You have to. And today, really you can see like how the super conference is going to come in when, they go for these 12 or whatever the final number is, because it's going to expand. But right now at 12, they're definitely going to have to find a way to keep the interest of people for mid-majors and making the mid-major games, making people want to see the mid-major games. Still roll tide. I'll still give it to you, but I called it. I said it was a replay. It was at 97, and that's what we saw. Welcome, Jamal Williams. And you must have
got to have vision
to be up so late watching me. And again, you are welcome to come into the Galactic Patio. Would you like to dance with me? But But you have to follow that one rule. That one rule is
Don't touch my truck.
But if you follow the rules, I can take you. I will take you higher, baby. So we're looking at a great showdown. You know, it's going to be games next Saturday and next Sunday. The national championship is next Monday night. And I don't know, maybe I'll live stream and watch it. I don't know, because I'm probably going to stay home. Yeah, like there was really no pressure on Penrix, not at all. And they have one of the worst pass defenses. Now again, he's not going to get this. You see this? Look at this, how easy it is. You know, look at that. Just one dude attacking him. No, they coming up the middle on this. We eating this kind of thing. It's not just going to be one person about to get you. They knocking everybody down. They're not going to get away with this kind of simplicity here. They're definitely going to have to show something a little more sophisticated than what they showed tonight. And again, you know, they're playing zone. You know, they're playing zone. Not man. Got beat on zone. Well, no, I think here they got beat on man. It must have been safety high because the safety's back here to help. It was a good pass. No doubt a good pass. Man here. Looks like they're doubling well. And, you know, great pass here. Great pass. But again, you know, these are weak DBs at Texas too. So, you know, they don't have the rush that Michigan has. Great route. But it's going to be a lot more pressure. He ain't going to be able to sit back there and not have any pressure on him. Not to say the whole game we're going to contain him, but I think when he's facing this, and again, you know, look at these spaces. You know, look at the spaces that they're giving up, and they're showing you what they're running here. You know, this is a zone look. They're giving you a zone look, and we only saw pressure from this guy right here. We have a different scheme than this. You know, our scheme is he's inside a little more. He's inside a little more. And, you know, a little better athletes in the back. A little better athletes in the back end. So it's not going to be as easy as what he saw here. So I watched it for that. I think everybody can say that, you know, more than likely, everybody who you know, the early words is, you know, Michigan's favored coming in. Michigan is favored. And look at this. See, look at this. He's not going to get a lot of this. No real rush. He wasn't even threatened by him. Like, no real rush. Look at all that. Double team was here. Double team. They tried to drop. The linebackers are useless. Look at where they are. Mids. And really, like what are the, like, if you look at this, what are their goals? They're just trying to give up short. They're not dropping deep enough to try to stop him from posting up. Again, the safety read here. And so he sees he's late coming over. And he's already, you know, this cat right here is already beat because look at this. He's flat-footed. He's running. He's flat-footed. So he's not even backpedaling. He's reacting. He already sees it. So he's reacting, but it's too late. He's beat here because he's flat-footed. This guy's running full speed. This guy's flat-footed. But look at this. No threat back here. He's not going to get this. He's not going to get this. And if Michigan shows you anything, they're great schemers in the first half. They're great schemers in the first half. They figure people out. They figured out what Alabama was going to do, and they took all that away from them. Now, Alabama did when Alabama made adjustments, they limited themselves because the quarterback up the middle was the only adjustment they made. And they were successful. They did have success in that. This cat, Penrix, he ain't trying to run like that. And, you know, again, he's not going to be able to just be a statue and throw it back there. He's going to have somebody, you know, on him. And let me see. I'm trying to show you how they're going to be attacked on offense. Okay, this is second quarter. Okay, now look at this. There's no way they can run this and you know, pass out of this. When they put all them Wolverines up here, there's no way. Everything is going to be knocked backwards. Everything's going to be knocked backwards. See, they better run. That's what you better do, because if you try to pass out of that formation, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get destroyed out of that. So, Lorenzo, my man from the SIP, thank you for joining. And I know you've got
to have vision.
And it's many nights you come hang out, you know.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic.
Ooh, and there's only one rule.
Don't touch my
Leave that F-150 alone, but if you do, I promise I will take you. But didn't we call it, Lorenzo? Didn't I call it? 97 co-champions. Back at it. That's what this is. Or was it 91 or 97? Whatever year it was. This is what I've been calling all week, and I was right. I got this one right. So we'll see if I'm right another week. I mean, hats off to Washington if they do beat them. I just think everything Michigan went through, I think, and I can almost see this scenario. This scenario very could play out quite a bit. Is they let him win the championship, and then they kind of force him out. I could even see that, because there's still rumblings. They want to go after him. I think they want to put him back into pro football. It's kind of feeling I'm getting. Even though he signed for more years. That's what I'm seeing, is that if they let him win the national championship, they're going to kind of do something where he's going to have to go pro. So that's just my guess. Yeah, it was 97. That's what I thought. Hey, Calvin, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. And to be up this late night on this beautiful New Year's, the first Chocolate Mountain Show of 24.
Got to have vision.
And you know where we gather. Once you get up to the Chocolate Mountain, you know where we gather, and that's on the Galactic Patio, and we only do one dance.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide.
We're doing the cosmic slide, but there's only one rule.
Don't touch my
Leave that F-150 where it stands. But if you do, I promise I will take you. I will take you higher. Yeah. So thank you. Pontiac, that man in blue looks good, sir. Oh, yeah. I tried. This is what I wore all day. I wore this all day, but it's cold outside, but that heat is not playing. It's 25 outside, but it's warm, and it's warm up here. Like a lot of times we'd had a fireplace down that's directly under me. So this room gets really warm. So I took off the hoodie, had to put the jersey on because the lights and shit too, it gets hot. So, but yeah, I got that amazing blue going, baby, and I got to get another, I should have put the stocking hat on. That's what I might do, is I might just take this off and go put the stocking hat. Did I leave it out or did I put it back in the box? Because I got a lot of my hats in the box. So I don't know if I left that out. Nah, I must have put it back up because I got the stocking hat with the Jordan and the Michigan on it too. I need some more gear. I need to get some A&T gear too. Let me do a recap. Even though my Eagles, that shit was so fixed, and I think Lobo made the Eagles, they let them get that kickoff, they let them get them long runs at the end, which it made no sense. They wanted to. So I'm gonna say this. I'm about, I've already put my Vikings gear up. No more Vikings gear. I don't care if they win the last game of the year. The Vikings gear is put up. I'm pretty sure the Eagles will probably lose the first wild card round. Their first wild card round will be a home game, but if they win that's not going to be much after that, because so it's not going to be long before I'm putting the Eagles stuff up too. I take it back. The Eagles aren't going to make the Super Bowl. But I will say this, I went 11-4 last weekend. Even with my Eagles losing, I went 11-4. I was out of 16. I went 11 out of 16. 11 out of 16. So I hit last weekend. Got a little change. But yeah, I got it last weekend. Detroit here was. Yeah, Detroit gave up 6. So they didn't cover. They definitely didn't even cover. They gave up 6. The teams that covered was Buffalo covered. Yeah, I got Tampa Bay. That was a great win. I got the Jags. I got the Ravens, Houston. Oh man, I got to look at it. I was like, oh man, I did good this week. I did really good. So I won 11 out of 16. I lost 4. I only lost 4. So whatever that adds up to. So Pontiac, that championship game gonna be real good. Will it be better than Alabama? I hope so. I hope it's a better game. You know, Washington's defense, their pass defense isn't very good, and so that's where Alabama matched up better. They matched up better pass wise, not necessarily run wise, and run blocking wise. You know, stopping the run, they weren't very great. Alabama wasn't very great. Would Alabama have beaten Washington? I think there was a better matchup there for Alabama to beat Washington. So I want to see, you know, what the early spreads are and stuff. But yeah, I'm putting the house on Michigan. So it was fun. It was fun watching the game. I thought, you know, again, you know, it's all fixed, but it was good entertainment. It really was good entertainment. I'll say that. It was good entertainment. So that's, but you know, seeing Harbaugh change clothes at halftime, I was like, okay, they definitely gonna win. When I saw him at the second half, because they interviewed him the first half, then they interviewed him because you know I look at clothes and shit in the uniform. So Washington has one of the worst pass defenses in the country, exactly, and that was, you know, and that's where, you know, see when Michigan tried to attack them with the 3 tight ends, they matched up because they had great athletes, bigger, quicker linebackers that could hang with them 3 tight ends. Michigan's going to kill them with the 3 tight ends. So, and Michigan they're more physical and they have the better defense. So, it's going to be a great game. I think it might be one of the highest. I like to see the numbers on the Michigan-Alabama game compared to the second game, because the second game really didn't get good until the very end. It was some sloppy play that kept Texas in the game, and I think it was like you could see that Texas wasn't going to win. You know, I was like, okay, you know, but I got it right. You know, I really got it right. So I'm gonna make money all week. I'm gonna get these little parlays going all week. So I think it's gonna be a good game. Do you think the Lions got robbed, or were the Lions beginning to too cute? I'm gonna say this. And this is for all the people that try to say the formation was wrong. No, they ran a unbalanced line. They ran an unbalanced line to the right. Now you tell me on an unbalanced line how many people you got to have on the line. You got to have 5 people on the line. If you go unbalanced right, the receiver on the left ain't on the line. That's what makes the opposite tackle eligible. You run unbalanced right. That's why the 2 people reported, because they were unbalanced. So what is this about? The not the right formation. Unbalanced right. That means that flanker is off. That tight end is eligible. If you put the flanker on the line, the tight end is not eligible. The flanker becomes eligible. So, unbalanced line is what they did. So that's why he was eligible. They all reported, and that was worse. It's a Tuck rule, but again, you know, they knew what they didn't expect Detroit to score. That's why the flag was so late. Somebody just like Goodell made up the Tuck rule. We saw the same thing. We saw the league come in and say, that was the league. That was the league come in. That's how we know it was the league. That was the league that came from the front office, like make up some bullshit. Because so it was a bad call. I knew they was going to win by halftime score. Bama up 13-10, 23 points. 23 is the 9th prime number. And Michigan got into its 9th Rose Bowl. And historically, Michigan, you know, in the Rose Bowl, historically is the Big Ten champions would historically go to the Rose Bowl. If you weren't going, well, even back in the AP day in the coaches poll, you know. So straight rob. Yeah. So we saw them make a bogus call. Again, unbalanced right, Flanker's off on the weak side. If the flanker lines up next to him and he's on the ball, then no, he's not eligible. But if you look at the formation, the flanker was off the ball. So, and the Lions ain't my team, but they got cheated. And I ain't have any money on that game, but they absolutely positively got cheated. Yeah, that definitely happened. Man, what is it? 26 degrees right now. You know what fucking name? I didn't even know who this nigga is. Shecky Green died today, and I don't know who he is. A comedian. I don't know how. I don't know any Shecky Green's jokes, but let me see. I think I told this the other day. We have a death of. Did I show this? 7. Yeah, we have this death here of what is his name? We have him dying that was with Denny Lane, guitarist known for the Melody Blues, and he played with Paul McCartney and the Wings. We see him dying at 79. And then we have, where's Shecky Green? I didn't get this one. I did not catch this one earlier. Jazz piano sampled by Snoop did. Jazz pianist Les McCain. Oh, I love Les McCain. Yeah, so Les McCain died. Yeah, I love Les McCain. Man, let me write this down. Let me start rocking some Les McCain. I'm really, really into jazz right now. So Les McCain died. Wow. Born in Lexington at 35, he grew up in a musical family. As a child, he sang in the choir with his siblings, played the tuba, drums, marching band, taught himself to play the piano. So he was bright. While serving in the Navy, McCain won a singing contest and led a pair. So he went to World War II probably. 50s? No, he would have been in Korea or Germany. Unscheduled performance, tenor sax Eddie Harris of the Montreal Jazz Festival was recorded, released one live album called Swift Movement. Compared to cover of Gene McDaniel's War protest song. It became a hit and gave him his breakthrough. When it first incorporate electric piano and synthesizer into his music, became a pioneer of soul jazz, a style that merged jazz with element of funk and R&B. His work crossed over to a whole new audience when he's discovered by the rap world, and music has been sampled by nearly 300 hip-hop artists, including Eric B., Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, Cypress Hill, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Puffy. Is this current? Wow, I didn't know about her either. Sandra Reeves, how current is this? Wow, this would make 4. I don't know who she is. Around Midnight. She appeared in the films Around Midnight. Okay. And Lean on Me. All right. How old was she? Was also 79. So that's 2 people dying of 79. And how old was Les McCain? Les McCain was 88. And where's Shecky Green? Here, this is one cat I don't really remember. I don't really remember this cat. So this is 4 celebrity deaths that they say he was gifted. I don't know. Headliner was reviewed for his peers and audience, one of the greatest stand-up acts of his generation. He was 97. Okay. He died of natural causes. That's the best way to die, especially for an entertainer. Dominance, he was 67. I don't really remember this guy. Fellow entertainers, including Bob Hope, handpicked the opening act for a stretch. Couldn't resist with the biggest stars. Led to his most famous joke. Frank Sinatra saved my life. Green would say, a bunch of guys was beating on me, and Frank said, okay, that's enough. Sinatra wasn't there and later said, but the beatdown was real. Also was the often repeated story of driving his Oldsmobile into the fountain of Caesar Palace, a consequence of what he considered was a serious alcohol problem. So he drove his Oldsmobile into Caesar's Palace. He got a famous joke out of that moment, too, later saying when the cops arrived at his submerged car, whose windshield wipers was running, we told them, no wax, please. With a body like a linebacker, a wit, quick, light, soft voice, he suggested he'd been a long lounge singer. Yeah, I don't know this guy. Was he no movies? He made appearances in the films Tony Rome and Sinatra, History of the World Part 1 with Mel Brooks, Splash, and showed up network sitcoms, Laverne and Shirley, Mad About You. Okay, I don't know this cat. Okay, he was in World War II. 2-week gig. He started telling jokes. He did his first show in '53. And the strip was a perfect match. When the few years he owned the town, he opened up for the young Elvis Presley. It don't seem like he was funny to me. Mainstay Riviera. So he's a mob comic. He grappled with addictions to both drinking and gambling. Neither idea for a man who spoke most of his time in Vegas. So he was owned by the mob. He was a mob comedian. He was a mob comedian. So, but I'm gonna have to listen to his jokes. I don't remember this. They already started in the year with the death. Yeah, four deaths of entertainers. 4 deaths. So, 4 deaths would probably be for the Final Four football teams. Keep that in mind too. Hey, what's happening, CWE? And you've been here many times, so you know.
You got to have vision.
And you know that there's only one dance that we do as you come on to the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic.
And you know there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone. But if you do, I promise to take you. So Michigan, Tom Brady beat Alabama in the 2000 Orange Bowl. Number 8, Michigan. Number 5, Alabama. And 24, Harbaugh picks up his 85th win as coach versus Alabama. The Alabama Crimson Tide equals 81. Outstanding work. Lorenzo says 79 equals 20 to 22nd prime. Dead is 22 in gematria. Yes. Oh man, and we looked at the tickets. The ticket prices came in for when that chick from Iowa comes up here. Yeah, them tickets are crazy. I don't think we're gonna make it. Those are crazy tickets. So I don't know. We might, but man, they were expensive. I think it was 100 where I sat, and them tickets was I think $60 where I sat or less. Them tickets, that same spot is like 160. So I don't know if I'm gonna pay that much to go see her. I don't think so. Now this guy, he died the other day, so I'm not including him because he died in 23. The Batman guy. But for 24, Final Four, 4 deaths. 4 deaths already. So, what? I ain't hear it. What? When is this? This is 14 hours ago. Check this shit out. Oh no. Do we like these? Air Jordan 4 Retro Cool Gray. Wow. Did y'all see Hurst? He had the green versions of these 4s. Oh, they was stiff. Did y'all see that shit? Hurst wore them 4s. Oh, those. California father and 10-year-old son arrested after the child shot and killed another boy. And his 10-year-old son arrested after the boy shot and killed another child using a stolen gun he found in his dad's car. Deputies said they found the victim, a 10-year-old boy, unresponsive and bleeding from his head and neck in the parking lot when they reached a call of shooting around 4:30. The child was taken to a local hospital where he's later pronounced dead. He's more than 16,000 children and teens killed. Okay, that's okay. Cemetery, the deputy told responsible shooting ran into a nearby apartment. Deputy said deputies called out the individual from the apartment, detailed him without incidents. The daughter had been identified as whatever. They detained the 10-year-old who had taken the gun from inside his vehicle and went to get his father's cigarettes. The son bragged that his father had a gun before he proceeded to shoot the victim once and ran to a nearby apartment. The sheriff did not know how the suspect and the victim might have known each other. So, wow. That's being, I never make that mistake. Shit. I never would make that mistake. I'm looking around now. It's always something near. Where's my zapper? I only got a zapper and knives. Wow. This is a crazy story. That's a crazy story, but not surprising. Not surprising, y'all. Crazy story, but not surprising. Yeah, a lot of the bowl games were sorry. Who are they saying? Oh, yeah, they're getting on Iowa for their performance. I think they want to fire the coach in Iowa. I think that's why it was such a poor performance for Iowa. But yeah, Pontiac, the Lions don't want to face the Rams or Seahawks. I don't know. Tom Brady ritual could be too. Yeah, definitely. You've got to always include him when you're talking about Michigan. Tom Brady ritual. I agree. I don't think so. I think they match up well with the Rams, and they match up really well with Seattle. They would definitely want Seattle. I think they'd put that work in. They say Iowa lost to ranked opponents by 99-0, but Iowa's getting clowned. They were outscored 52-0 against their ranked opponent this season, Michigan and Penn State. Wow. And they made it to a nice bowl, but they got shut out 35-0. They did this meme, because the coach's son got fired, and they did this meme. He doesn't feel bad because they fired this guy. He was their coordinator. It was the coach's son. Instead of getting rid of the coach, they got rid of his son. They're like, well, Brian knows he's not going to play. They keep saying this, but we keep seeing this, but when they publicize this much that they're getting downgraded, I don't know about this. I think we're going to see his crew again. I don't think they're going to see this as a large part of Brad's crew is not. See, this is the tricky word. A large part of Brad's crew is not going to be officiating. They're going to get downgraded, and the chances many of them are not going to be involved. They didn't say him or not. They said most of his crew. So they said we're probably going to see him again. And they've been showing this so much that we're definitely going to see him again. So don't be fooled by all this. They said most of his crew. They didn't say him. So we will see him. If we see him in the Super Bowl, it's some more BS. We know it's some more BS coming. So, so don't be fooled by that. I think that was one of the few things. Yeah, and here we go again. Look, just read this. Just read this, and this tells you everything we want to know. 24 years later, Michigan makes Tom Brady proud after commanding win. Here's another former Doug J.J. Peterson, veteran and former Maryland. He dies, and he's like 2 years younger than me. Wow. Let's see what they say about Brady. 24 years after Brady made a proud commanding. Before Brady became, get out. 2 seasons he started, Brady's record was strong. He had some wins that would never regret. And how similar Michigan brought down Alabama Monday. And that's what CWAB brought up. 24 years ago tonight, Brady led to a 34-35 over Alabama. See? Kind of how history repeats itself. One of his iconic games, he led a team to an overtime victory, finished by throwing 369 and 4 touchdowns. Prior to including a game-winning touchdown, prevailed the team with a big and easy lead, especially after Alabama missed their point. So this is what CWE was alluding to. The Brady ritual. Yep. Did you see the picture where the media all around Arch Manning but wasn't around? Yeah, they showed that at halftime. And that just shows you the juice he has. He still has 4 years of eligibility. Shit, some people, the way they giving him, there's a couple dudes that played 5 years today. So, we know Aaron Gordon got, let me see, PJ, you need to see that podcast with Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, and McDonough, and how you spell his name. He tells how they have certain refs to these championship games. No doubt. Hard hitting. I can't believe I went against the color purple, especially right now. You telling friends about the Oprah Ravens. The Oprah Ravens. Thank you for coming. Hard hitting in B83. Thank you for joining me. And I know to be up this late, you definitely got to have vision. And I know I'm welcoming you to come on to the galactic patio. Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic. And there's only one rule. Don't touch my. Leave that F1 150 alone. But if you do, I promise to take you. Take you higher, baby. Yeah, I picked the Ravens. I got that one too. I picked the Ravens. This is Aaron. There's a little bit of both, but they were breaking down. Oh, I'll tell you that Russell Wilson shit. They gonna get in trouble for that Russell Wilson shit. Trying to fuck with his guaranteed money. They're gonna get in a little trouble for that. And right now, the word is the Vikings might get Wilson. And that's all they really need is they need somebody back there that can move a little bit. Correction, been seen celebrities and politicians on the world stage wearing that purple too. Okay, I feel you. Nuggets. Where Eric Gordon got bit, explains dog bite that required 21 stitches. He probably was drunk fucking with the dog. Aaron Gordon says he feels ready to play Monday against Hornet after missing 2 games due to being bitten by his pet Rockwilder. Gordon returned to practice after requiring 21 stitches across his shooting hand and face following the Christmas incident with the dog. The champion put the blame on himself and explained the incident. I guess it was a little bit embarrassing, not too embarrassing where I can't talk about it, he said. I drank too much, a lot. Probably had too much eggnog. He's drunk. I was kind of roughhousing with my dog. I think my dog got extra excited and basically chomped down, gave me a bite. I was basically wrestling him off me, and then he bit my hand. For the lack of better words, I was messing with my dog. When you mess around, you find out. Okay. No pictures of it, though. They're having back. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. We'll see. You see the stadium in Lions colors, which gave in blue, and Lions and Ravens coming. I think Lions and Ravens. Interesting. Well, that means the Lions would lose. Wow, we'll write that. Lions and Ravens. I haven't thought about that one. And what is where am I at? See if I can get this on here. Because Lorenzo mentioned this, but let's see what comes up. No. Okay. So it is. Says crazy conspiracy. Fans claim who already knowing who's playing in the Super Bowl. Yeah, this is, we've talked about this every year. This is kind of a way to look at it. The Carriers predicts the Baltimore Ravens will face the San Francisco 49ers. In the unpredictable world of NFL, this is the unpredictable, where every game is a roller coaster emotions, conspiracy, clues of these logos predicted the teams. Bengals, Rams, which, yeah, Eagles, Chiefs. And now what do we see again? Ravens. That could be the 49ers. That's because that's got a little gold hue. And if you look at right here, the gold is, highlighted right here. Yeah, so it's gold in here too for both sides. Both have a hint of gold, and that's why the block is done in gold. So I'd say this is pretty. NFL script writers are convinced. NFL script writers hard at work. Some fans are convinced that the league script writers may be dropping hits about the matchup. So the conspiracy theory has gained momentum, and fans point out pattern the colors of the last 2 Super Bowls. Yep. Throwback to the lights going off. Exactly. 49ers and Ravens, possibility, another replay. Red and purple, coincidentally, San Francisco, both contenders. So could be. This is what everybody's pointing out to. Skull and Bones 322. That makes sense. Brady showed his watch before the game. He had skull with Michigan bracelet. Ooh. So that's at play too, guys. That is definitely at play. So, unveils logo, and so this has been out since. Let me see, when was this released? February last year. They put the colors in here. February of last year. So this is how far, and they probably got the colors, again. And, let me say this. Let me go back. Let me say this. There's There's no going back. Oh, yeah, right here. Let me say this. Another thing right here. Let me get it back out. Okay. Another thing to look at is what God is being fed. I mean, remember, the Super Bowl is the biggest ritual of the year, and there's always a God being fed, and it tells you the colors of what God is being fed. And it's funny, like a lot of time it's, you'll see Shiva's colors in there. But I've got to do a little more research of what gods. All right, we can do that. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Let's see what this comes out to. It's not really giving me. It's trying to say. It's taking me into the Bible. Let's see if I can get anything out of this over here. Not sure you're asking. Are you asking about gods you associate with the colors purple? If so, I find some information that might be helpful. In Greek, was a giant who often depicted as being color purple or purple red. In the Bible, the color is often associated with sin or atonement, while the color blue is associated with the heavens. Yeah, it's not really giving me. Let me see. Not necessarily. Let's see here. If this will give it to me. Colors are powerful communicator. Let's see here. This might not be it either. Both Christians and Hindus associate yellow with the color of fire. Yeah, Western cultures, green with luck. Right. Red is a color associated with passion, love, and patriotism. What does it say? This is not what I want either. This is not giving me gods. Let's see if I can get more images here. Maybe that's what will help me. Trying to see again. Well, Kali. It looks like we can look at Kali. Kali is one. Pontiac, my bad. It's the Huskies wide receivers that can hurt, but they're so good after they call. They were very explosive. My bad. Much love, OG. I watch every stream. Much love. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. Brad, thank you for, go blue. Go blue. Definitely, Brad. So Huskies wide receiver, they can hurt. They are so good. And they are very explosive. Yeah, but they got to get open. Let me see. Who is this god? This is Native American art. Free shipping. No, that's... Trying to see who's trying to feed. A lot of times it's the Hindu gods, but let's see in Hindu. Let's see if this gives me any purple and red. I'm not really. Keep going through it. You know what it's coming to? A lot of it is, hate to say it, a lot of it's turning into this. A lot of it is turning into Christianity that they're feeding on this Super Bowl. We got the purple, we got the red. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of Christianity. So, and that can be, Christianity can be looked at as Baal. Marduk, it's always Marduk, Yadaboeth. So it looks like it's going to be Christianity God feeding on. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, right here again now. Right here again. We got the purple and the gold. Lamb of God. purple and gold. Yeah, now right here, Jesus, he's on our right there, purple, gold, and the red, both teams. So yeah, this is a Jesus Super Bowl. Jesus is feeding. This is the Jesus Super Bowl. Now I'm gonna do a little more work, but that's what everything is popping to, is that this is gonna be a Jesus Super Bowl. That Jesus is eating. He's the one eating. And that's how they do it. That's how they do it. Yeah, it's coming into Christianity over and over again. A little bit of Roman, but Roman and Christianity are very closely tied. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say this is a Jesus Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. A Jesus Super Bowl. So we've got the beans behind the Jesus. But let me see when I get into this. Yeah, that's what's everybody saying. Bleachers Report posted a picture with all 4 quarterbacks. 3 quarterbacks had on a jersey on, and only dude had a championship shirt was Washington's. They deleted it quick. Wow. Okay. I didn't mean that hard hitting. I didn't see that one. It's a good reason why the Super Bowl logo is in purple. Wow. Say Washington was the only one. Okay. Okay, we'll see. I think everybody's right. It's got something to do with Tom Brady, and they're gonna let Michigan get it. But yeah, just looking, yeah, it looks like this is going to be Jesus feeding, which is, Marduk, jealous God, no God but I. Yeah, it's more and more. It's coming to be. The Christians are feeding on this one. I mean, again, we're looking at the Pope. Christians are feeding. They are feeding. This is Christians feeding. Let's see. These, of course, costumes. But it looks like it's going to be the Christians feeding off of this. Yeah, so this is for them. This is their Super Bowl. So we break down. You got to put Jesus in there and what the numbers come out for Jesus. I think that's what it's pointing us to. Now, what is this? Now, let me see. Now, let me see. It says a record of Ragnar Shiva's web paper. Yeah, they wanna. Shiva is very. I'll say this: of all the Super Bowls, Shiva is always in there. I'll say that Shiva's energy is always in there. Okay, and again, this is Shiva animated. This is the new Shiva animated. You see all the colors of the Super Bowl. Shiva's always in there, though. Shiva's always in there. But you see, he's got the purple, got the gold trim hat. But it's, yeah. So Shiva is almost in every Super Bowl. Almost every Super Bowl, you can kind of get a Shiva energy because remember, he's the destroyer and the creator. But I think this is really more of a Yadaboeth, Marduk, Jesus. I think it's going to be a Jesus Super Bowl. And if that's the case, then it would be Ravens. Brady won his 2nd and 4th Super Bowl in Houston. Title this year's alma mater is playing in Houston. Yeah, they're playing in Houston. Yeah, that might be that might be a clue. Oh, I got money on Michigan. I'm gonna hit all the parlays. So yeah, I think we can safely say that again he's in all the Super Bowl colors. So every year he's gonna match up. But I think that's what we're looking for. We are feeding Jesus. This is the Jesus Super Bowl. So Ravens. So we've got to line up the teams that line up with Jesus. Eagle, yeah. Ravens, I'd say not really, but possibly. Chargers, possibly. Rams, yeah. Rams, we can't count out the Rams because the Rams is the Ram horns are Marduk. Wow, that's going to be a tough one. Does the 49ers, does that really add up to Jesus? Does the Ravens, 49ers, Ravens, man, what is the Jesus? So that's the code, I think. I think it's the Jesus code in the betting and everything is going to be the Jesus code. So, but yeah, we're seeing the deaths and everything now. So I don't know. I think that's the answer. It's the only thing I can come up with it this so far. I'll look into it a little further. And because we got to look at the date. This date when they released it was 2/13, 2/13/23. 2/13/23 is when they released the colors. I think that's going to have an impact as well, because that seems to be part of it. Because that is always a part of it. Oh, it says SZA. I like some of SZA's record. SZA breaks record for biggest streaming year for black artists, for a melanated artist on Spotify. Okay. SZA's for streaming years breaks Spotify record for streaming years of black female artists. 23 was a massive year. She had SOS in December. The project went on to number 1 in the billboards. The project, Meanwhile, she another milestone heading to 24. She has now broken record for the biggest streaming year for a black female artist in Spotify history. This comes of accumulating 7.86 billion streams. She initially contained 22 songs. Wow. Travis Scott, a little bit of everybody. Biggest record of the year, including Snooze, as well as the Billboard hit Kill Bill. Strong note, she's nominated for 15 Grammys. Wow. She probably won't win any because they'd be killing sisters like that. So SZA, hats off. Hats off to SZA. I'll hold that 5 for you. I'll testify for you. What did she say? Smash and grab for you. And Pine, what his name? Paul Feinstein. Up yours, Paul Feinstein. Oh, he was that old? When did he die? It's another cat that he did not, I think he died at 80. This guy that played into The Sopranos, Richard Romas, Lone Shark, Mean Streets. Okay, he must have been a voice of something too. So, but he died in 23. I'm pretty sure he died in 23. So he died in 23. So he's not relevant. He's the end of the year sacrifices. He's not relevant for what's going on now. It's just to be getting hungry. Oh, you guys see the USFL and what is it? XFL merged. You know, the NFL was quick to point that out. Very quick to point that out. Where you gotta go at? Huh. Okay. Don't care about that. Bo Nix makes history. It was funny. Did y'all notice that? Check this out. Because they was asking me, he's like, well, how long do you think the halftime is going to be? Man, that halftime was damn near 40 minutes. That halftime was a good 35 minutes. But what was funny is I was like, kind of wondering, what was the halftime show? And I knew Michigan was going to play. So they played Michigan. Michigan's band came on. Did y'all see what they did to Alabama's band? I think that was some disrespect too. Alabama's band didn't do, but they're leaving the field. They did one thing where they marched and left the field. Oh, but did you guys see them Aggies? Let me see. See if I can get this. Not Albertville. Albertville from here was in it too, but let's see. Let's cut this and change that to North Carolina. A see if this brings it up. Oh, okay. Here we go. It says float. What about the bands? What about the bands? They're saying the floats. What about the bands? Because my ex showed a picture of the bands. Any of the band stuff. Ah, here we go. I don't know if they showed any pictures, but yeah, this is not any pictures, but this is, they were in it. They wore the white uniforms, though. It says North Carolina 18th Marching Band will perform at the Tournament of Roses. I was trying to find if they had anything about them there. Huh. Yeah, I don't see oh, maybe this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this is about to give it to me. Let's see. Let's see if this is it or not. Yeah, this is it. This is A&T right here. Horrible filming, but that's them Aggies. That is them Aggies. This is horrible film, though. Oh, okay. Here we go. I guess it's the same uniforms. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, guys. This is a little better. Has them Aggies. Look at that. A&T. Them Aggies is everywhere. Them Aggies are everywhere. Don't. Don't. So I'm not going to play the music because they be on that bullshit. But yeah, them Aggies was up in there. So, why was Texas dude doing kickoff returns with one arm? Yeah, that didn't make sense. Texas had some of the weakest fumbles ever. I've seen biggest games in your lives, and you ain't using two arms. That's a good point. That dude was playing Madden out there throwing Hail Marys. Yeah. Now let me say this about bands. Alabama's. Let me get this right. Yeah. What I did see about Alabama's band, though, Alabama they had rifle twirlers and they had batons. And they had at least 6 to 8 girls with batons. So that's what my daughter does. My daughter does batons. And, batons is 4-year scholarships and NILs and all that. So, yeah, we going to keep University of Alabama in mind. So they had 4 batons. They had a bunch of batons and twirling rifles and shit, but my daughter twirls batons. And I think, because this might cost us, I think we got to double check because we thought she was performing in front of the University of Minnesota. I think the date my daughter might be performing at the Target Center for the Big Ten basketball championship. So I'm going to look, and those tickets was outrageous to sit up top. It costs about $600 to get into those type of tickets. So, yeah, so we'll see. We will see. Yeah, that's too bad. Les McCain died. Did you guys see did anybody see the David Chappelle special? Did anybody think that was funny? I didn't think that was real funny. Yeah, I didn't think he was too funny this time. Which ones? It's these, I think. Is these green? What color is this? Is that green? Alpine? Yeah, Alpine's green. Damn, you can get this in a bunch of colors. Oh, it changes the bottom. You get the green. Y'all, I don't know what y'all into, but I love these boots. Let me see this one. I mean, that right there is so stiff. This is technically a handmade boot. Now, Timberland does this all separate. The way they put this bottom on here is the cheapest way to do it. I mean, this is pretty much you're buying a handmade boot. But this color right here and this color right here are just crazy. These are crazy. Crazy. So I'm thinking about getting them. I'm gonna write a song about it. Say what you say. They just being controversial, indeed, indeed. Michael Penix Jr. throws 3 touchdowns for 430 yards, third most passing yards in Sugar Bowl history. That's interesting. I don't think he got sacked at all, though, did he? I don't think he got sacked. Pretty sure he didn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't get sacked. Okay, I like this. So, there we go. Man, I'm getting sleepy. Because I stayed up late. I should turn to his Nick Saban, what Nick Saban had to say. Consequences expanded playoffs. What'd he say? What's Nick Saban got to say? Shares consequences of expanded college football. He's been in favor of it. Okay, this is at before he lost. And he's a I don't know. He's a strange kind of cat. Huh. This article, it says, let me read this. It says, that man beat us by himself. When Bob McAdoo was on, Pete Maravich's 68 performance against the Knicks. Pete Maravich is one of the forgotten legends, probably because he just played 10 seasons in the league and unfortunately passed at 40. He had memorable moments in the league, especially a 68-point masterpiece made him the third ever player to reach that threshold. The Hall of Famer made the accomplishment in the 76-77 season when he was a member of the New Orleans Jazz, probably his best season. Former Bob McAdoo talks about it. Of course, Pistol Pete didn't defeat it by himself that night by gunning for 68, surely helped the Jazz victory at home. On this day, Pete Maravich went off of a career-best 68 points. The Knicks were undone by an inefficient first half where they scored 43 points, 18 to trail 22. McAdoo did everything he did, but he had 28. New Orleans eventually held on to a 124 win, although it could have been scored more if Maravich hadn't missed some of his shots and fouled out late in the fourth quarter. He finished the evening shooting 26 for 43 and said after the contest, I could have scored more. I missed a lot of early shots and early in the game. Wow. With a couple more field goals, he could have clipped 71. Accidentally came against the Knicks, who also came against the Knicks in the hundreds. Those who got to watch Maravich, 60%. Wow, he scored 68 while shooting 60% from the field. 51 points, shooting 47%, 62%. And you know, without showing anything, I'll dare say they probably didn't help him. They didn't really like him. And I would dare say we could probably argue that his games weren't basket manipulated. I'm going to watch more of this and see, but I would dare say
Pete was unbelievable, man.
I would dare say a lot of this is not manipulated.
McElroy fakes the stutter move. Here is a pass.
I knew McElroy. He played with Roundfield and McElroy, both who had played in the ABA. Yeah, he's taking a lot of mid-range. Killing him though with his mid-range. Yeah, and this is before the 3-point shot, so no 3-point shot. Wow. Damn. This shit is dropping like butter. Watch this shit. I'm gonna show a little bit of this shit. I know I'll probably get hit for this, but man. Like, this mid-range game is crazy. His mid-range game is crazy. Look at this. Easy. That don't look manipulated. Watch this long one. 3-point shot right there. That didn't look manipulated. That didn't look manipulated. Look at that hook shot. That one's iffy. Yeah, I dare say that he scored 68 with not a manipulated game because they didn't like him. They did not like him. I mean, he was the great white hope, but, he got a lot of bread, and they didn't like giving up that bread. And so, but I want to say this, with the new year, and in so many ways it's not. I follow the Mayan calendar, which the new year is in March, and then we get one calendar that starts in March, and then we get another calendar that starts the end of May. So I kind of follow that too. And so you can, but in the reality is you've got to figure out, what you're going to change. And one thing they do, that's dangerous is, they want to put this on your tombstone if you die. That's another part of what they do. They want to mark you. They want to mark you. And, 24 to me shows this going to be the rise of the melanated. And I ain't saying taking over. I'm just saying, I think this is going to be a good year for melanated folks in general. We're going to work harder and smarter. And hopefully, we do our economics harder and smarter, our votes harder and smarter. Damn. Mom wakes up after kidney stone procedure with her legs amputated. God dang, how does that happen? Whoa, there's a video. Mom wakes up wow, how would that possibly happen? Oh, let's hear it. How do you show this? I think I'm in a commercial. You might want to hear this. Okay, commercial. Well, I'm not interested anymore. But can you imagine that? You go in there for kidney stones and they cut your legs off? That would be crazy insane. Man, I saw a list and I lost it, but it was Michigan it was Michigan 300 greatest basketball players. And almost all of them was ones who made pros. The only guy in my area that made it was Kevin Lauder out of Cass. And I told you he was a crackhead. Kevin Lauder ended up being a dope boy. Yeah, Dave Chappelle fell off. Yeah, it wasn't funny. I watched Dave Chappelle and it wasn't funny. It really wasn't funny. Shit was funny to him, but it wasn't funny to me. Yeah, I thought he fell off too. My Knicks got OG from the Raptors. We traded Manuel and Barrett was a good defender, and you had a big forward back there. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that trade. I mean, if you think that's going to help, I got a feeling it's going to be a good year for me. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's watching. It's going to be a good year for you, all of you. What is this? So what beer? It's not okay. This okay. Well, it's down here. Another regional brewery files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Let me see. Flying Fish Brewery, Pennsylvania. Flying Fish Brewery Company, a Pennsylvania brewery, operates in South Jersey. Okay, has filed for okay. I've never heard of that brewery. I think I want to move into here. I think I want to move into this, and I want to go into. I think it's debauchery time, y'all. So let's show a little sad debauchery. It is. Where is it? I don't think they show it. Oh, yeah, I think they do. Okay. Let's see. They have it too. Okay, is that both of them in St. Paul? Where's WCCO? Fox News. Come on, WCCO. Gotta be one of these ones right here. Come on. I think I'm too far down. It's not that far down. It's one of these. Care. Okay, it's not too far. Oh, this is ridiculous. All right, we'll find it a different way. Yeah, I figure I can find it. All right, I think this is a better article of what. Let's see. Oh yeah, I want to show this. I want to start off with this. Yeah, I can show that other too, but I want to start off with this.
11-year-old girl believes someone celebrating the new year by firing a gun in the air is responsible for a bullet hitting the child in the face. 11-year-old Lenaria Wilson was in her bedroom when the bullet came flying through her bedroom window minutes after midnight. WCCO's Reg Chapman spoke with her mother at Hennepin Healthcare, where she has not left her child's side.
From inside her Northside home, Shanidra Ross could hear people outside celebrating the new year. As tradition has it, many in her neighborhood step outside and fire off rounds, bullets piercing the sky to welcome 2024.
12 o'clock hit, we heard a gun go off. It sounded like it was right in our yard.
Then Ross says there was more gunfire.
Some more shooting went off, but it wasn't close. You know, you can tell it was a little.
Now this is our north side. Up here, the melanated people live on the south side and the north side. And look at this. This ain't, these houses ain't great houses. I mean, we're looking at 150 to 200,000, maybe. Most of these houses might be 80, 90 to 100,000. I take it back. We're looking at about 80 to $100,000 houses. So we're not looking at, very expensive, neighborhood, but still not bad. I mean, they're not broke down. Just older homes. You living next to, a lot of coloreds. If you like living next to colored folks, I don't. No, it's a couple brothers. There's brothers that live all around me. So, but there are a lot of people doing things. But see, this is not a very poor neighborhood. That's what I'm saying. It's,
Some more shooting went off, but it wasn't close. You can tell it was a little distance away.
She immediately yelled to her children who were in their bedroom.
Get away from your windows or something like that. And the second I said that, she yelled out and said, "She's hit." I just jumped up and ran to my daughter who was shot and seen blood coming out her face.
Just 4 days shy of her 12th birthday, Lenaria Wilson was shot in the face.
Wow, she's my daughter's age. Wow.
I felt my daughter press my hand a little bit tighter, like to her face, like she was in pain. I'm just telling her, like, just talk, keep talking.
Police and paramedics arrived to take the child to Hennepin Healthcare to be treated for her injuries.
I can't let this go by. Oh, they took her downtown. They didn't take her to the north side. They took her. No. Yeah, this is the hood hospital. No, they didn't. They took her downtown. I'm surprised. They took her downtown, I think. Yeah, this is Hennepin. Yeah, this is not North Memorial. They took her downtown. I am quite surprised. I don't know. Maybe I'm... Yeah, it doesn't look like they took her to the hood hospital. They took her downtown to the downtown hospital.
Child to Hennepin Healthcare to be treated for her injuries.
I moved in that place October 31st, and since I've been there, I don't think I heard any shootings.
Ross says her neighborhood has been quiet since Minneapolis police and law enforcement partners made sweeps through the area, taking guns, drugs, and those who deal in them off the street. Minneapolis police report from last year to this year, the number of ShotSpotters calls between 12:30 and 7 a.m. was cut in half. 124 calls on December 31st in 2022, 58 in 2023.
Like, put the guns down. Like, it's just innocent kids.
Ross says her mind was racing after seeing her daughter with a gunshot wound. Her thoughts turned to other victims.
I'm very guilty of this. I am very guilty of this. I mean, I'll say for 10 years, like, that was wherever I went, that it was known that we were shooting. So wherever I went, it was like I had a bunch of guns in my trunk for this. And we would stand and just shoot up in the air. I'm not. Now, the best we did one time, I lived in apartments. An apartment had just an open pit. And we shot for a couple hours. But again, we were shooting in an open pit. But I'm guilty of this, just shooting in the air. I'm guilty of this, no doubt. I am guilty of. So, remember them bullets, when you shoot 9s, you shooting 45s. You're shooting 22s, it might lose some velocity. But, you shooting them other things. You got to keep that in mind. What goes up must fall down. Oh, okay. So now I can go back. Yeah, so, keep that in mind. And, I am guilty of anybody of that shit for years. So keep that in mind. Hey, Necessary Evil, thank you. Yuri, thank you for coming. And to be this late, you must have.
Got to have vision.
And remember, there's only one place we dance, and that's on the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me?
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my...
And if you follow those rules, I can take you. Necessary Evil, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And I know you got to have.
Got to have vision.
And I know you'll join me.
Would you like to dance with me?
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And if you do, I will take you. I will take you higher, baby. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. So, thank you. Oh, but yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. It was one more thing. It was a couple more things I wanted to show because it's unfortunately, it's coming in the new year, everything is not okay. Here it is. Had to break it back. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is so nice for you. Right here. So this is, again, I live on, I live across the river. I live on the Minneapolis side. And so this is St. Paul yesterday, and I thought I saw both, but this is from St. Paul. So here's debauchery.
Not the start to 2024 that we envisioned or wanted. We're very early on in this. Our investigators are doing the tough work upstairs right now, trying to piece together what occurred out there. So I don't have a lot of answers for you, but I can tell you what we know at this point. Just after 1:30 a.m., a flurry of calls came into an address on the 1600 block of Van Buren Avenue. The first call started as a pretty mundane police call in our work. Would be they wanted a group of people who had showed up at a gathering at a home to be escorted out. As officers were responding, that call was upgraded to that shots had been fired. Among those calls was a 911 caller who stated that they did have somebody who was injured and that they were taking them to the hospital. The 911 call then was abruptly ended. Our officers responded to the scene still, did not locate any other victims, but did find evidence of a shooting. They were then made aware that an adult male victim did show up in a private vehicle at United Hospital suffering from apparent gunshot injuries. That person was brought into the hospital, but unfortunately died of their injuries a short time later. Our officers secured the scene, began to look for witnesses, canvassed the area for anything that might tell them what happened. Our homicide investigators came in and they're starting the work of trying to piece together the circumstances of what occurred and who's responsible. I know our forensic services unit is also out there right now looking for any physical evidence that might help those investigators put together the pieces of what occurred out there and also tell them who's responsible. We'll be working with the Ramsey County
medical examiner to positively any information, any updates in this case will be that has any information about this case. A lot of these cases, we know there was multiple people, keeping in mind we're early.
And the alleged gunmen knew each other?
Okay, this is not what I was looking for. It was not what I'm looking for. There was something else. They didn't seem to cover. Let's see. This is.
Flintstones vitamins are the number one.
Yeah, I'm not getting a story because, okay, maybe this, I think this might tell it. Let's see. This might tell what I was looking for. This might be it. Oh, I might have to look back at my history.
Already investigating multiple shootings.
That includes 10 and 11-year-old kids hit in separate incidents. Ben Henry has more on a violent start to 2024.
Within a couple hours of the new year, the Twin Cities had multiple shooting investigations.
This was not the start to 2024
involving kids
that we envisioned or wanted.
Starting just before midnight, Frogtown neighborhood of St. Paul, police say a 10-year-old was shot in the stomach, leaving him in critical condition. St. Paul Police Chief Axel Henry wrote in part, "These are cowardly acts by selfish people, and we will find those responsible." Investigators say the 10-year-old was inside a home on Sherburne Avenue. The shots were fired from outside, and they believe it was a targeted shooting.
My heart goes out to the family and everybody that was affected by it.
Makai Lewis runs the 8218 Truth Center in St. Paul.
What happened?
Working with families to prevent these exact situations.
We need to get back to that village, get back to where, if we see something, we say something.
There's a real sense lately that people don't really care about anyone but themselves.
And then across the river, just minutes into the new year, an 11-year-old girl was shot in Minneapolis.
Absolutely astounding. It's heartbreaking.
Neighbors of the Bryant Avenue North home where it happened say they heard a lot of gunshots when the clock hit midnight.
We need to keep.
Now, I just don't know how similar to this one. This house is pretty big. This house is pretty big. This is pretty standard and looks like it's just one unit. And you see, it's not overly not taken care of. A little bit of brickwork, at least a little masonry. You can see here and there, little water damage through here. But overall, this is how most of the house is. Now, this might be a separate unit back here, but I don't know. I only see the one mailbox. I don't see a mailbox here. So this is one house. So this is, again, this probably is $80,000-$90,000 house here.
Keep our eyes open and head on the swivel.
Back to the east, the Truth Center hopes the community joins them as they start the new year.
Saying, what can I do to help instead of just complaining and talk about the people that are out here trying to do it? Why don't you help join them?
According to police, both the 10-year-old in St. Paul and 11-year-old in Minneapolis are expected to live. There have been no arrests in those.
So one guy got killed and, 2 children got shot. And I showed you the 11-year-old girl got shot and then another boy the same age.
This was not the start to 2020.
So, unfortunately, as I said, I've been very guilty of doing that. I might have did it for 20 years. It was like everybody waited. When I came in, I had the weed, and some years I had the yayo, and I'm the party. And, we had them guns. I mean, it's just, we had them guns. And we never shot each other, but we always was out in the streets and just boom, 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 out in the streets, just shooting up like that. And so, and melanated parts of the country, that's just kind of what we do. We shoot on New Year's. And so I just say, and it was, and when you've got a lot of people in the neighborhood, it's not safe. And so, I'm guilty of this. I'm very guilty of this. This used to be a fun time. I mean, that year we had all them rifles and pistols and we were shooting in that pit. We shot. There was like a guy. It was funny. We was matching a dude. And I told this story before. We was matching a dude that had an AK. AK goes, dee. It's like, and AKs always go, dee. They got, compared to AR, it's a different sound. It's a dee. And so this dude, we would pow, 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 pow. Because we had, let me see, I had my 5 or 6 out there. I think it was all my guns. Now I think about it. I don't think Peanut brought any guns. And Christy was out there shooting. I don't know if my wife shot or not. She might have at the time. She was not my wife at the time, but I don't remember. I'd have to ask, did she shoot then? I don't remember. I know Christy was out there shooting with us. And so we shot, and like every time he would shoot, we would shoot. And so we must have did that for a couple hours. I had hundreds of dollars worth of ammo. We shotgun, but it was like we were shooting in an open pit. You know, we couldn't see what was down there, but it's just an open pit. Nobody lived down there. If you're down there, you're homeless or animal. So we might have killed up a bunch of animals. So it's just not safe. That's all. You know, find somewhere that you could properly shoot. That's all. And as I said before, the red flag laws is coming. You know, that's about to hit. I want to thank you guys for the last show I did before the year changed about the Goonies. Oh my goodness, I had to go back to that and crack up. That stuff is so funny. That is so funny to me that they told the one guy to go check the ice, and he's like, "Goonie, how's the ice?" And he's like, "Splash." Oh my goodness, that was such a good belly laugh. I just loved it. That was such a good belly laugh. You know, yeah, up here, like my friend, his the U is off. The U starts back up tomorrow. My best friend Tony, he starts back up tomorrow, and his children are off though. His children are off until next Monday, and so, oh, okay, that's that. That's that. Yeah. And again, let me see. Okay. And as I said before, you know, this is my best friend. I was over his house. So that is my main man from Japan, but he works at the U. He's been working at the U for 20 some years. So he was, we was over at his house. I didn't have, you know, wasn't my daughter's weekend, so she didn't go with us. So what did I want to bring this up for? One more thing I thought caught my attention. Maybe not. Let's see. It's the same shit. Oh, no, it's not. It's different. So maybe. Can I make it any bigger? I think I can. What I'm trying to, I'm an ego trip for a minute, y'all. So, I'm part of a group out of Flint that talks about basketball players, and what they're doing is they're showing clippings. And I came across a clipping when my cousin played in I think it was the Final Four. I don't know if it was the quarterfinals or the Final Four. I want to say they lost in the quarterfinals. So in the quarterfinals, you know, that's all state. So one of the players Matt Means, that later played at Central Michigan, and my coach, it was my coach's first year. And what's sad about it is, you know, one of the star players' brothers was in my grade, and he took this nigga's yearbook or scrapbook. And I mean, this, to go back, because something like today I put this information out here. I'll get to my point, but I had all their scrapbook, and over the years, I kept it over the years like I kept mine. But when I went to college, I didn't take it. And my final time when I visited my childhood home, I didn't take it. So all that's lost. But there's microfilm. So what I'm part of is a group from Flint, and they're showing all the pictures and all the basketball players. So what I'm going to do is put together where I'm from, Kalamazoo, and probably Battle Creek too, or I might even start a separate Battle Creek, and just try to collect as much old historical references about all these people. Now, I wrote an article about myself and where I put myself in my era. And I highlighted all the people. But what you have to understand in the development of your skill set, you emulate people that you see. I mean, that's just part of human nature. And a lot of people I emulated. And one person I put that was 2 years older than me was Alan Moorhead. And he had 34 one game. And his move is something that every time I took out the trash, I emulated that shot. I was like, I'm Alan Moorhead, because he killed him from that same spot the whole game. Now, I only say that because this was considered my spot. This is where Allen shot. I had watched the game as a freshman, and I watched Allen kill him from this spot. And here I am as a senior emulating this. And I've showed this many times. But this is how basketball players evolve. We watch others, and we use a little bit of everybody else's kind of stuff. But, that's the story of this pitcher in this spot. This is my spot. This is really my spot. This is my mid-range baseline. And this is what, from the time I was in ninth grade, I saw Allen play. This is where I would kill him right here. So, I'm going to, see what I've said this many times, and, and saying this, I've told the story, how we all learn again. And, I'm going to show this too. And no, let me take it somewhere else. Let me take it somewhere else. So what I'm trying to say is this is everyone out there, if you played junior high, you played high school, you played semi-pro in a morning league, summer league, you played Gus Macker, all of this is pros. Okay? Because what it is anytime you have to pay you have to pay a fee to get in, and you pay, and the fee is paying the refs, that's all under semi-pro. So, and it's not trying to go down memory lane. No, it's saying these were all great people that had great times. Like, as I'm coming through all these people, it ain't a lot of people that played pro ball. But there's a handful. Trent Tucker is one that played here. He's from Flint. I knew about him. He had another brother. He had an older brother. And so I just say that I want everybody to look at where they're at and what they accomplished, and look at that your history is great no matter what you did. So that's my point of putting this all together. That it's all what you did was great. Whatever you did in school, whatever your thing was, that was great. And that's something you should be proud of. And it's not something that didn't mean anything. It did. So I want to share this. Let me tell you this. How should I say this? This is beautiful, though, what she posted. But she has a little bit of hustler to her. So I'm not giving her any, I'm not giving her yay and nay, but this information, she's on YouTube too. So it's up to you. But what she put here is definitely interesting, and I'm going to review it for you. We cannot overlook the fact that the cranial and skeletons examined by us, many of them evacuated by our own hands, approach somewhat the Negro in their anatomical characteristics. They are those of an inferior race with strong meso-branchy ethnic affinities. None of the characteristics of the Mongolians or the Mongolian type, which is natives, are present in any of the Ohio cranium which we have examined. They are evidently those of people whose racial type was created by the fixed on the American continent, in other words, American race. So, again, when you look at the Indians, they're Mongolians. And I'm not trying to down any natives, but this is what a lot of natives are related to. They're not related to these people in the Ohio land or the Mississippi area. So that just gives you reference if you don't think Brothers was on the East Coast. I wanted to show that. If you don't think Brothers was on the East Coast, Brothers were absolutely positively on the East Coast. And, in the Midwest too. So, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Nope. So, here we go. All right. So I wanted to put that out there. I wanted to put that out there for sure. And I'm gonna tell you, I showed this before. Like, this is my day right here. This is my day, y'all. This mug thinks that I am, he loves me to death. He loves me to death. This is my 10-year-old cat. He loves me to death. So this is what I do. If I sit down, this mug thinks it's nap time on me. So this is my exciting life, y'all. This is what I do when I'm watching a game. I can't watch a game without him coming on me. And you see he likes to take a nap. But it's good to be loved. It's definitely good to be loved. You know, whatever loves you, that's good for you. Yeah. So that is good for you. And you know, use this time, this new beginning to be the best you. You know, I'm starting a thing and I ain't gonna proclaim it. I'm not gonna make a spell about it, but I'm gonna try to do something and see if I can stay with it. Cause you know, you get a certain age, and if you've been doing something like since you was 15 years old, you kind of got to look at it and say, you know, I don't know if I can really, do this the way I'm doing it now. I might need to change up. You know, I might need to change up the way I'm doing anything. And I'm very, as you know, I'm very health conscious. I'm starting to really be healthy. I mean, other than, me being scared to do the MRI on my shoulder, that's the only thing they ain't figured out. I don't need a knee operation, which, my knee's still giving me issues, but I don't need operation on it. And my back, I'm not hurting it as often. I'm doing my stretches and shit. So, but it's a couple other just, saying, okay, let's see if I can try something. And there's triggers. There's triggers. Games give me triggers because there's only one thing I want to do when I watch games. I want to get high and I want to drink. And that's a trigger, if you understand. They go together for me, But I'm going to just try something different. So that's the only thing. And, I'm not perfect. And it's going to be, it's going to be, but I just think, I think I can get myself together by this summer. And, I'm gonna start back playing pickleball, hopefully. I know I'm gonna take some ass whoopings because I ain't played in 4 months, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's definitely a healthy lifestyle is definitely something that's coming even more, that I do already. So yeah, my guy Ancestral Production didn't put anything out yet, so nothing to share for him. Carrie put out a video. And what was it about? Energy never lies. Let's show that. How long is this? Oh, that's an older one. She did one. Yeah, she did this. Yeah, and she's so right. I mean, she is so right. Like people, like this is what was so fucked up about celebrity worship. And it's celebrity worship too. Like, why are you like it's like why is it, and it's, I guess it goes into what is the new word for people that aren't conscious? That's it, because it's people that appear to be driven by the machine and not driven by higher thoughts. Like there's people very reactionary to what the entertainment life does. Now, when we talked about Russell Wilson and we talked about, how they're changing his script about the bread, it comes about the bread. And so it doesn't matter what kind of man I think he is, but he's right about then the way they're treating him. And he can sit back because he's getting his bread. This year, I think it's 25,000, and he hit some of his incentives by winning some of them games. But they didn't want to hit him with a lump sum. And the people that own Denver is the Walmart people. So already, they supposed to be super rich, but they already trying to cut his bread. Now, this is supposed to be one of the richest families. The Walton family, related to the Waltons, they the ones that own, but they want to mess around with his bread. Players Association stepping in, again, it's theater, but it's a different kind of theater. But in other situations, like who's motherfucker married to and what they think about themselves, why do you have any thoughts about those things? Because what the beast wants you to do is everything, but the beast wants you to think about everything but you. You got bills to pay, you got the spouse, you got the children, they want you to think about everything but you and how you can be a better you. They want you to hang on to things outside of you. They want those to be concerns instead of what's inside of you and what you can accomplish, especially spiritually. Now, I know I talk about abstract things. Like I was talking about, the God that wants to eat over this Super Bowl. And I know for some people that's abstract. But as we already see, 24 is already hitting, the entertainment. The monster already wants blood for this entertainment. Now, I'd like to be like Shecky Green, where, hey, you take me at 90. Now, again, we can't say how much bread he made. It already sounded like he might have been hard on his luck because they do that too. If you die broke, that's, they've got rid of you a long time ago. Now, I don't know if he died broke, I can't say. Because that's a misery, You were up here and then all of a sudden you're miserable. Then if you get sick, you're more miserable because you're poor. You can't go out and tell jokes no more, Do y'all remember when Richard Pryor was first in the wheelchair? There's a concert where he talked from the wheelchair. Again, they trying to, they're like, well, we want this wisdom. So, all this goes into, it tries to take away from you thinking about you and what you need to do to make a better you. Now, remember, 20 season is also going to be a season of elections. So being 24, the melanated people should come on strong. This is what we've been waiting for. This is our year. They marked us in this year, and now it's here. Now, a lot of you will live to see 42. I don't know if I do. I'm going to be shit. And in my 90s if I see 42, which is the reverse. A lot of you listening, you'll easily see 42. I'll have to be 90 years old to see 42. Maybe, maybe not. Can't say. No, I'll be what 42, 80 or 42, right? 24, 34, yeah. So I'll be about 78, 80. Okay. So odds are I'll probably see it. My mother's 82 right now. She was getting down when I was getting married. But I think my mother's a little upset with me, I must say. I think she's upset with me. I was very clear on the 30th, on Friday night. I said, I am not coming over. No, Saturday I told her, I said, I'm not coming over to eat dumplings. My wife is like, oh, I'll come over. I'll hang out with you. Then my mom texts me, early in the morning, early New Year's Day, like, you coming over this afternoon? I'm like, no, I'm watching football all day. So I think she was a little mad. But she went to a party. That's what she told me. She was like, if you're not coming over, I'm going to go to this party. Go to the party. She went to another party today with my mother-in-law. So she went to 2 parties in a row, but she mad at me because yesterday afternoon, my mom has a 42-inch, my monitor right here is as big as my mom's TV. This monitor I'm looking right here, this 4K monitor is 42 inches. This is the size of her TV. In the room, her living room is bigger than this room. So, like if I was sitting here, just here watching the game, I'll be fine. But my mom's, it's a big living room. So she'll get over it though. She will get over it. I wasn't gonna go very late. I'm tired. I stayed up late last night. Man, I watched I forgot what I watched a movie. Let me show you this shit. Let me see if I can find it on here. Yeah, this shit right here. I want to see if opening. Let me see. Let me see here. I want to hip y'all to something. I'm not gonna play much of it, but I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's Bobby Womack, and this movie is called Cross. Let me see if I can get it to come in. Okay, I want to read this shit to you. Who it stars. Now this is supposed to be a black expectation film. It stars Anthony Quinn, Yadet Kato. Where's he at? Okay, Antonio Vargas. That's Huggy Bear. Ed Bernard, Paul Benj. Let me see. Where's the other people? Antonio Francisca. I mean, this movie is not a black exploitation film. It's got a lot of the people that was in Superfly. A lot of people that was in the Superfly movie is in this movie. But this movie is not about, I mean, it's mostly about Europeans. But this is what I did. You know, I watched Across 110th Street. Tony Francisco, he plays, and like Anthony Quinn, this is like some of their last roles. Because it says Anthony Quinn gets top billing. Anthony Quinn, you know, and he's like in his 60s. He says he's playing 50. That mug got to be 60 in here. And this caddy was nice. But this is what I did on my New Year's Eve, y'all. I watched Across 110th Street. So that's what I did. But it's like, I'm looking at this movie, I'm like, it ain't a lot of niggas in this movie. What's going on? I thought this was black exploitation film. It's an interesting concept where these three dudes rob a numbers place, a numbers bank. Some kind of way, one of the girls was able to give them some insider information of the car that the mafia uses to pick up, you know, numbers. Where they go to the black community because the black community picks the numbers up, and you know they give them to the Europeans. And this is the movie. Cross 110th Street, and Bobby Womack did the music. And so when they go in there, instead of just robbing them, a dude kills 7 of them. He kills 4 brothers and 2 Europeans. So yeah, I think he killed 5 brothers, and he didn't have to kill them, but he was a little crazy, and he killed them 5. And so now these dudes don't take the money and run. They take the money and hang around like ain't nothing changed. But remember Dead Presidents, the one preacher dude, you know, Huggy Bear, Antonio Vargas character, he starts tricking. He's at the bordello, you know, he's tricking, snorting coke, got weed. And that's kind of how they track everybody down. But that's what I did last night. I'm going to watch Equalizer. I'm going to go downstairs and watch Equalizer when I get done. Because Roberto would fuck up John Wick. I don't care what you say. John Wick ain't got a chance against Roberto. And for those of you, let me see if I can show you the cover. Across from 110th Street is Bobby Womack, who is one of Sam's Cooks guys. So, well, y'all, I think I'm going to cut it. And what is today's day? Yeah, you know, I don't come on tomorrow. I will not be on tomorrow. I'll get on Wednesdays for the final year's pick. I'm on a hot streak. So I will be on Wednesday morning, right? No, I won't be on tomorrow night. But I'll be on Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, I guess. So Wednesday, yeah, because tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday morning. Yeah, so Wednesday around this time to get my final picks in because I don't feel like doing it right now. Thank you, Necessary Evil. If you're still listening, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I really do. That is helpful. You know, and thank you for everybody that's giving me, you know, that subscribes, that gives comments. I mean, you guys, like my yearly stuff was unbelievable. And the people that watch me regularly, you know, you may look at the numbers and think it don't matter, but it matters. It matters when you guys come in. It matters when you leave comments. And so thank you. You know, I want to say that I finished the year really strong for this channel. And, you know, hopefully, again, we can get everything done in here. And because we got to paint that room over there, my daughter's room. We've got to buy 2 more dressers because, you know, I got to take all my stuff out of their room. So she's like, well, Dad, your stuff is still in here, but you're only here like every other week. But that's okay. We're going to make that room 100% hers. We're going to take this treadmill out and put it in the loft and, you know, try to change things up in here. And I ran into another leather couch. Let me see. I don't think I have a picture of this. Yeah, I don't. But I ran into another leather couch, $200. Y'all wouldn't believe the conditions it's in. I only got it on my phone. I don't think it's in my. I didn't download it in my pictures, but this couch is, man. What is this? This couch is. I always tease my mom about being amazing. Oh, now she asking for it. Okay. That's good. Let me see if I can find this picture, though. I know I didn't download it. See if I can make it bigger. And again, let me see if I can get it in here. This was $200, y'all. No dogs, no animals, no smokers. That frame, you look at it, you know, it's, and I run into this kind of stuff all the time. Like where I got our new furniture, it was the leather couch. I'm telling you, if this wouldn't have been in here, I'd have bought it. This motherfucking leather couch was the bomb. It was the bomb. Leather. But the only difference is if you buy it, I mean, you know, we didn't, you know, pick it up. There's no warranty on that couch. So if it's some tears, it's up to me to fix it. But that's okay. For $700, and this is a $2,000 couch, I don't give a fuck. If something happens to it, I'll put a piece of tape on it. Put it like that. I'll put it like that. But if I wouldn't have had this in here, and this is, you know, what I plan to do is I can have people sit here while I put my desk over there and interview folks. Because I think I'm gonna bring the wife on. She's got to go back to work tomorrow too. So she wants to come on, and I need to go get a couple more mics. But I just need really another cord because I still got the Yeti, and I still got another condenser. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, y'all. Thank you I think I'm gonna go watch Roberto. So you know, yeah, we called it for Michigan. I think this is the colors of the Super Bowl this year is going to be you know, going to be a Jesus kind of. Jesus is feeding on the Super Bowl. That's what it appears. So. And you know, Shiva's always in the background. The creator destroyer is always there too. It seems like they've got to share it, but this year it looks like the Christians win. So, and Michigan, you know, I'm going for Michigan to win. I've said that weeks. That's on Nut Wax. And so as I close, I just remind you, I'm not a New York rapper or LA gangbanger. I'm just an old school Detroit crack slinger. I make some money. I make money, so money. Then my pockets are like sunshine. They're always sunny. I am Big Pontiac, coming to you from the Galactic Patio, which is located on the Chocolate Mountain. Till we meet again, be the best you.